Welcome back everyone to today's exciting episode. If you love rare coins, hidden treasures, and discovering money sitting right in your pocket, then this video is just for you. Today, we're diving deep into the top 5 most valuable United Kingdom 1 shilling coins, exploring different years, mint marks, and conditions that can turn an ordinary coin into a high-value collector's dream. Make sure you watch till the end, because the last coin on this list might completely surprise you. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling 1953, a historic coin that marked the beginning of a new royal era. But here's the big question. Is this coin rare, and how much is it actually worth today in circulated condition? Many collectors overlook this coin because it appears common, but its historical importance and collector demand can still make it valuable in certain cases. So make sure you watch till the end, because you might already have one of these coins in your collection without even realizing its true worth. The 1953 1 shilling coin holds a special place in British history because it was the first shilling issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. It was minted to celebrate her coronation, making it a symbolic transition from the reign of King George VI to a new era. This coin was produced in London and became part of everyday circulation across the United Kingdom during the early 1950s. The coin was made from cupronickel, a durable metal that replaced silver in British coinage after 1947. Queen Elizabeth II appears on the obverse side of the coin, marking her very first portrait on circulating currency. With a mintage of tens of millions of coins, it was widely distributed, which plays an important role in determining its rarity today. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1953 1 shilling is that it comes in two different reverse designs, the English and the Scottish versions. The English reverse features 3 lions inside a shield, while the Scottish reverse shows a single lion within a shield. Both designs include a crown above and the inscription 1 shilling below. The coin weighs about 5.65 grams, has a diameter of roughly 23.5 millimeters, and features a reeded edge, giving it a classic and recognizable look. On the obverse, you'll see the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, surrounded by Latin inscriptions that translate to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen of all the Britons. These design elements, especially the dual reverse types, make the coin more interesting for collectors who enjoy variety within a single year of issue. Now let's talk about rarity. This is where many people get surprised. Despite its historical importance, the 1953 1 shilling is generally considered common, mainly because millions were minted. For example, the English reverse alone had a mintage of over 40 million coins, which significantly reduces its scarcity. However, collector demand still exists, especially for coins in better condition or for those completing date collections. In circulated or damaged condition, the value drops significantly because collectors prefer coins with sharp details and minimal wear. Still, even worn coins can hold small value due to their historical significance and demand among beginner collectors. Interestingly, online collector discussions suggest that these coins often sell for just a few pounds, depending on condition and buyer interest. So while it's not rare in a strict sense, it is still collectible, and condition plays a huge role. So how much is a 1953 1 shilling worth today in circulated condition? Based on price guides and market estimates, a typical circulated coin can be worth anywhere from about 10 cents to $3, depending on its grade and whether it's the English or Scottish version. Coins in very poor or heavily damaged condition may be worth even less, sometimes only their face value equivalent or slightly above. However, if the coin is in uncirculated or near perfect condition, the value can rise to around $2 to $5 or more. Especially if there is strong collector demand. It's important to note that auction prices can sometimes be higher if multiple bidders are interested, particularly for well-preserved examples or rare varieties. If you're thinking about collecting or selling a 1953 1 shilling, here are a few important tips. First, always check the condition of your coin, because even small details like scratches or wear can affect its value significantly. Second, identify whether you have the English or Scottish reverse, as some collectors prefer one over the other. Avoid cleaning your coin, as this can actually reduce its value. Instead, store it in a protective holder to preserve its condition. If you believe your coin is in excellent condition, consider getting it evaluated by a professional grading service. Finally, always compare recent auction sales rather than relying only on general price guides. To sum it all up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling 1953 is not an extremely rare coin, but it carries significant historical value as the first shilling of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. In circulated condition, its value is generally low, often just a few dollars, but it remains a meaningful piece for collectors around the world. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling coin from 1951. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary old coin, but in excellent condition, this coin tells a powerful story of history, design, and collector interest. Many people wonder, could this coin be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? In this video, we'll uncover the truth about its rarity, demand, and real auction market value in dollars. The 1951 1-shilling coin was issued during the reign of King George VI, making it one of the last shillings produced before the transition toward modern British coinage. This coin was minted in London and formed part of the pre-decimal currency system used in the United Kingdom before 1971. With a mintage of roughly 10 million coins, it was produced in relatively large numbers for circulation. However, what makes it historically significant is that 1951 marked the final years of George VI's coinage before the reign of Queen Elizabeth II began. The 1951 shilling stands out for its elegant and classic design. On the obverse, you'll find a left-facing portrait of King George VI, symbolizing authority and continuity. The reverse design comes in two main varieties, the English shield and the Scottish lion. Both designs feature royal symbolism and intricate detailing, surrounded by inscriptions that reflect Britain's imperial identity at the time. The coin is made of cupronickel, weighs about 5.65 grams, and has a reeded edge, giving it a durable and refined appearance. For collectors, identifying whether you have the English or Scottish reverse can slightly influence desirability, especially in higher grades. Now let's talk about rarity. Despite being over 70 years old, the 1951 1-shilling is generally considered common to moderately scarce, mainly because millions were minted. However, condition plays a huge role. In damaged or heavily circulated condition, the coin holds minimal collector value because many examples still exist. Coins with scratches, corrosion, or heavy wear are usually only worth a small premium over face value. That said, even damaged coins can attract beginner collectors or bulk buyers, especially when sold in lots or as part of historical collections. Here's the part everyone is waiting for: the value. In typical circulated condition, the 1951 1-shilling usually sells for around 80 cents to $1.70 USD depending on wear and quality. However, in excellent condition, extremely fine, or about uncirculated, the value can increase significantly, often reaching $5 to $15 US, and in some rare cases of near-perfect uncirculated coins, even higher prices are possible at auctions. It's important to understand that this coin is not considered extremely rare, so claims of it being worth thousands or millions are usually exaggerated. Real auction prices depend heavily on grading, eye appeal, and demand. If you own a 1951 1-shilling or are planning to buy one, here are a few important tips. First, always check the coin's condition carefully. Coins with sharp details and minimal wear are far more valuable. Second, consider professional grading if your coin looks nearly uncirculated, as certified coins often sell for higher prices. Third, store your coins properly in protective holders to avoid damage. Finally, don't fall for viral claims promising unrealistic values. Always verify with trusted coin catalogs and recent auction results. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 1-shilling 1951 is a beautiful and historic coin that holds real value for collectors, especially in excellent condition. While it may not make you a millionaire, it remains a meaningful piece of numismatic history and a great addition to any collection. Its true worth lies not just in dollars, but in the story it carries from a bygone era of British currency. Next up, the United Kingdom 1-shilling from 1957, specifically in very fine condition. At first glance, it might look like just another old coin, but collectors know that even common coins can carry surprising value depending on their condition, rarity, and demand. In this video, we'll explore everything you need to know about the 1957 shilling, from its historical significance to its current auction value in US dollars, and whether it could be hiding a small fortune in your collection. The 1957 1-shilling coin was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, making it part of the early years of her long and historic rule. These coins were minted before the UK transitioned to the decimal currency system in 1971, when shillings were replaced by modern denominations. The 1957 issue features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Mary Gillick, which is highly recognizable among collectors. The reverse showcases a beautifully detailed English lion standing crowned, a design that symbolizes strength and tradition. Millions of these coins were minted, making them relatively common in general circulation at the time. What makes the 1957 shilling particularly interesting are its design elements and metal composition. The coin is made of cupronickel, giving it a silver-like appearance, though it contains no actual silver. The obverse portrait of Queen Elizabeth II without a crown is considered one of the most elegant early depictions of the monarch. The reverse lion design is bold and deeply struck on well-preserved coins, making higher-grade examples especially appealing. In very fine condition, the coin still retains clear details in the lion's manner and the queen's hair, although some wear is visible on the high points. This balance between age and preserved detail is exactly what attracts collectors. While the 1957 shilling is not considered rare in absolute terms, its value depends heavily on condition. In damaged or heavily worn condition, these coins are quite common and usually hold minimal collector value. However, even in lower grades, some collectors purchase them as affordable entry pieces or for completing date sets. The real demand begins at very fine condition and above, where the coin still shows respectable detail. Collectors looking for budget-friendly yet historic coins often target this grade, which creates steady demand in the market. Now, let's talk about what really matters to many viewers: the value. A 1957 1 shilling in very fine condition typically sells in the range of $1 to $5 in most online auctions and coin markets. If the coin is on the higher end of very fine, approaching extremely fine, it may fetch slightly more, sometimes up to $7 depending on eye appeal. However, coins that are damaged, scratched, or heavily worn may only be worth under $1, essentially just their collectible novelty value. It's important to note that while this coin isn't extremely valuable, it still holds steady interest among collectors of British pre-decimal currency. If you're collecting or planning to invest in coins like the 1957 shilling, focus on condition first. Even a small improvement in grade can significantly impact value. Always look for coins with clear details, minimal scratches, and original surfaces. Avoid cleaning your coins, as this can reduce their value dramatically. It's also a good idea to store them in protective holders to prevent further wear. If you're buying, try to compare multiple listings and auction results to get a fair idea of pricing. And remember, while this coin may not make you rich overnight, building a collection of well-preserved coins can be rewarding over time. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 1 shilling 1957 in very fine condition is a classic piece of British numismatic history. While it may not be rare or highly valuable compared to some other coins, it offers a great balance of affordability, history, and collectible appeal. With values ranging from just a few dollars, it's an accessible coin for beginners and seasoned collectors alike. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling from 1962. At first glance, a dirty or heavily circulated coin might seem worthless, something you'd overlook without a second thought. But in the world of coin collecting, even worn and dirty coins can carry surprising value and historical importance. In this video, we'll explore the story behind the 1962 shilling, examine its features, and most importantly, uncover its rarity and auction value even in less than perfect condition. The 1962 1 shilling coin was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a time when Britain was transitioning through significant economic and cultural changes. The shilling itself has a long history, dating back centuries, and by 1962 it was still part of the pre-decimal currency system, where 12 pence made 1 shilling and 20 shillings made a pound. These coins were widely used in everyday transactions, meaning millions were produced and circulated heavily. As a result, most surviving examples today are found in worn or dirty condition, reflecting their extensive use in daily life before decimalization in 1971. The 1962 shilling features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Mary Gillick. This portrait is known for its elegant simplicity, showing the Queen without a crown, symbolizing a modern and approachable monarchy. On the reverse side, you'll find the English lion passant Gardant crowned, a bold and iconic symbol of British strength and heritage. The coin is made from cupra nickel, giving it a silvery appearance when clean, though many coins today appear dull or dark due to oxidation, dirt, and decades of handling. Despite its worn look, these details are key in identifying authentic pieces. Now here's where things get interesting. The 1962 shilling is not considered rare in general terms because of its high mintage. However, collector demand still exists, especially for coins that complete sets or have unique characteristics. In dirty or damaged condition, the coin's value drops significantly compared to uncirculated examples. Still, collectors may seek out even worn coins if they have clear dates, readable designs, or unusual errors. In some cases, coins with toning, environmental damage, or even dirt can appeal to niche collectors who value authenticity and originality over appearance. So, what is a dirty 1962 1 shilling worth today? In most cases, a heavily circulated or dirty coin will sell for around 10 cents to $1 USD, essentially close to its base metal or bulk value. If the coin has slightly better detail despite being dirty, it might fetch $1 to $3 in online marketplaces or small auctions. However, if a collector finds a piece with an unusual error, sharp details under the grime, or historical interest, the value could climb to $5 or slightly more. It's important to note that condition plays a huge role, and dirt alone doesn't always mean damage, but cleaning it improperly can reduce its value further. If you come across a 1962 shilling in dirty condition, the first rule is simple: don't rush to clean it. Cleaning coins incorrectly can scratch the surface and destroy collector value. Instead, store the coin in a dry environment and consider consulting a coin expert if you think it might be special. Look closely at the date, design clarity, and edges. Even small details can make a difference. Also, consider building a collection of British pre-decimal coins. They're affordable and a great entry point for new collectors. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 1 shilling 1962 may not be a rare treasure in dirty condition, but it remains a meaningful piece of history. Its value might be modest, but its story, shaped by decades of circulation, makes it worth appreciating. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, never underestimate the coins you come across. Sometimes, even the dirtiest coin can spark the beginning of a valuable collection journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check your old coins. You never know what hidden value you might find.